Hey everybody, I was feeling inspired, so I decided to do a nice little history slash explanatory demo for the sword again, considering my first video on YouTube was with that sword not so long ago. Now, this is a synthetic polymer broken. It's a lot lighter, it's just as sturdy, at least in my opinion, because it won't break. I've broken my share of brokenness, this won't break. Also, because it's polymer, it can have the structural integrity while maintaining a closer to real dimension to the swords. So, you get a lot of benefits from this. Also, I find the hand grip that's engraved in there very comfortable. Now, anyway, the sword, anybody with a keen eye out there, is based on the ninja gun. Ninja's primary tool. Now, I want you to focus on the word tool, because to a ninja, everything is a tool. You cannot call it a weapon, because to call it a weapon gives the context, the object only has one function, and that is to do harm. And the fact is that there are a multitude of functions that can be done with a ninja, with any tool. Now, to list a few of those. For one, the straightened blade not only makes it easier, depending on circumstance. I still need to pay attention on the positioning of the nearest light source and such. But as long as I don't straighten my posture too much, the blade is relatively well hidden. Over my head. Yeah, so I keep a nice relaxed posture. If someone's straight ahead of me, make sure I watch the light source so they can't spot my shadow. Concealment, which is the first part of the deception blade. Second is the straight, shorter blade, as compared to the traditional and far more famous, I'd like to say, katana, samurai. A straight blade in length, especially at a distance and during nighttime operation, allows me, with certain stances, to trick the eye into not being aware of the length of the blade. Now, in a sword fight, distancing is everything. My position, length of my blade, or any other weapon I'm using, and all such. So by using this deception, I can get in and keep an element of surprise on my side. So when the enemy comes in, I have an unknown length. I can take them before they expect it. Deflect their blow. Come in for a second. I'm going to do that again from a distance so you can see the footwork here. Deflect their blow and come in from a distance that they might not see me. Now, there is also the manipulatory factor, in essence. Straightened blade allows me to get in and perform certain arm and elbow locks. Now, that's all weapon-based. We'll come back to that in a minute. I will, as part of the tool basis for the weapon, we'd like to express some of the more, shall we say, out-of-the-box usages. Now, say you have a wall around a castle, traditional Japanese pagoda palace. You need to get in. Now, ninja back in the day, for one, and we're thinking very to the latter here, ninja were very strong but lean, and not too big of men, usually. They couldn't be so tall so that they could be not only light on their feet, but also so they could get in under buildings and through crawl spaces and into the places they needed to get the job done. Also, a common misconception. Ninja's primary function was retrieving information. Not assassination, not any kind of combat usually. Only getting information. Because it is more valuable to go somewhere and come back home safely than go somewhere and deal out death. But good character is one of the founding principles of ninja. Remember that. And that means don't kill unless you have to. True. Now, back to the point. The square Suba on Ishto is rather iconic. is that can be used, one, for distinctive focus. The sharpened points could be used as one of many striking areas on the blade. You could hide shuriken on top, pull them off, and throw them at a target. But then most essentially, that I've heard and seen, is to use it as a step ladder, or even a straight up climbing tool. Now, most Japanese swords, most swords in all cultures, have a sheath, or a scabbard, a case that they slide into. Most traditional ninjato sword size, or scabbards, or sheaths, would have a pointed bottom. This way, the blade could be plunged sternly into the ground without it being damaged, because it can be stuck in while still in the sheath and wouldn't dull the edge. So you would stick this in the sheath into the ground, prop it against the wall, and then go and use that square tsuba as a step. Get up, and before you engage this action, you would attach some sort of rope or wire or cord to it, the handle, because the sheaths were meant to hold on there very well as well, because jumping and climbing and moving the way the ninja did, you wanted your sword securely in there, so it would be good to well in there. Climb up, reach the edge, pull the cord up, take the sword, put it back on your body wherever you have it. Now, not only for climbing, but the most direct example I got from my sensei. He told me about that functionality in the essence that instead of just climbing, you could use it as a step to stand on and look over a boulder. Let's use that boulder as cover to spy on something. Usually. Now, the true knack of the Shadow Warrior, the ninja, was not only in their deception, was the primary notion. In that deception, you have the unexpected. Not only a sword that is of this design and durability and has some functions, but in the equipment, and even the equipment of that sword, not only, but also others on the person. The sheath of a ninja toe could have pockets, it could have secret compartments, tetsubishi spikes, which are used to throw, to spike the feet of pursuers, pull it out. Most commonly I've seen in the practice is you pull the blade out, and then pull your sheath out in your offhand. And then with that you swing the sheath, and the sheath has choking powder inside where the sword sits. Completely unexpected to anyone who was proper Japanese culture. And you swing that choking powder across a wide area and blind multiple enemies. Also, you had the deception I spoke of first, that the sword saya could be a snorkel of sorts for waterbound movement. Any necessity you could plan on, the ninjas tried to account for, adapt to physically.